Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Gander Gardening with Dawn. And if this is your first time here, I'm so glad that you're checking it out today. It's very warm these days here in central Newfoundland, and today's video is simply going to be about some of the plants that are really tough and are doing well in this very strange summer that we're having this year. And what I mean by strange is that we've had so many hot days and dry days with very little rain, which is really not what we usually have. And unfortunately, in some areas of the province, they've been dealing with a lot of wildfires. People have been evacuated from their homes, and I'm calling the summer of 2025 a strange summer. And I'm curious to know how things are going in your area, wherever you may be. I know that there's been all kinds of weather concerns everywhere, I think, in North America. But I'd love to hear from you about how your summer is going. Has it been a strange summer for you as well? Despite the very unusual weather and definite lack of rain overall, some of the plants in the garden are doing really well. And this video is about those very resilient plants. The Shasta daisies, right here in our front flower bed, are really stealing the show right now. They're in front of a PG hydrangea. This one is called Unique, and it's just starting to open. It's always very late, I find, but really lacy and beautiful. And I have some begonias in here just for a real hit of color in my front yard. I love that Black Sea euchera. And this is different this year. This is one of my favorite plants of all time. It's the starlight phlox. But because of the erratic weather, it's um, drying up some of the blooms in a very odd manner. But if you look really close, I don't cut them off because right next to a shriveled up blossom, there are lots of fresh buds that will open up. I've never noticed this phenomenon on my phlox here before, and I'm blaming it on the drought because I do water the containers, but I very seldom water any of the beds or borders in my garden. And I guess maybe I should. I have a couple of Evelyn dahlias planted here in my front garden bed. The one that looks almost pure white right now, well, that one's pretty much over, but you can see one opening now because when they're fresh, they have this hint of lilac in the center, and there are lots of buds for more to follow. And that lilac is, that sort of color is picked up by this fabulous echinacea. This one is called Starlight. I grew it from seed a few years ago, and this year it's going to have a bumper crop. And here we have a Millennium Allium that is doing incredibly well. And if we go really close, you can see that there's a very fat bumblebee that's having a nap right now, just conked out on this allium. Sleep well. A lot of people are not fond at all of the flowers that are produced by hostas, but I find that when they first come out, and they're really fresh. They look like small lilac lilies to me. And the bees really love them. And so I leave them until they start looking a little messy. But when they start dropping a lot of the lower flowers, then I usually remove them. This is a sweet little scented geranium. This is the one that's called mosquito way or something. I don't really believe that it helps keep mosquitoes away, but I think that these precious little flowers are just stunning. Alaska apricot nasturtiums look amazing in containers. This is one plant, and soon I'll be able to pick up seeds on the concrete underneath this plant. They'll just form and dry and fall off. And this year I decided that the Alaska apricot would be the only nasturtium that I grow in my garden, so I can keep all of the seeds and not worry about cross pollination, because this one is my favorite by far. At this end of my container cutting garden, there are a couple of beauties. First of all, the Viking dahlia, which I have cut quite a few blooms from already this year. And I'm going to call this a container of mixed cosmos. They were actually supposed to be Apollo white, but yeah, not so much. But you know what? Maybe that's a good thing, because these are taller and brighter, and I think that they make a better show here at the beginning of my container cutting garden. Here is a section of the annual bee balm, lemon bee balm, lemon monarda. This one's got a lot of different names. I'm not sure that I like this. This is the first year that I've grown it from seed. And let me know what you think. I'm not sure that I would grow it again. It's interesting, but yeah, I don't think I'm a fan. Maybe you can convince me otherwise. The hanging basket in our gazebo is just doing so well. I bought one begonia. There's just one begonia. It's called Dusty Rose. It's one of the Solenia begonias. And I grew the Silver Falls dichondra from seed. And just look, this is the John Cabot rose. The main flush is over, but it will still have some of these clusters right up till the fall. This Annabelle hydrangea has started to show what it can do. And right here, I Chelsea chop the front. In fact, I cut the front pretty much down to the ground, and you see that the shorter stems in the front help support those in the back. And as of this point this year, I haven't had to stake this one at all. The purple bell vine is starting to make a lot of moves upward. A little bit late this year, but still looking pretty good. Here we have the great circle of life happening, I guess. A pretty large spider has captured what looks to be a wasp or maybe a hoverfly, and is wrapping it in its web. This is sort of the inspiration for more than one horror movie happening right here. Yeah, but spiders are my friends. I keep telling myself that. So, despite the drought conditions and then the occasional very heavy rain, the garden is still very resilient. You can hear the birds singing this morning. It's quite early on the morning of August the 8th. Love this clematis. And I'm a big fan, as you all know, if you've ever watched any of my videos, of foxgloves and of dahlias. This dahlia is Lark's Ebb, and it's outdoing itself this summer. I would love to know, what are the tough plants in your neck of the woods? What are the flowers that are giving you joy this summer, despite the very strange summer of 2025? Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.